A little over a week ago. In the story, which was adapted from Audrey Neffenger's novel, Henry Campbell randomly travels through time. He visits places and events that had some special significance to his life, most notably visiting his wife Claire at different points in her life starting when she was 6. The on-screen chemistry between Eric Bana and the oh-so-fine Rachel McAdams is pretty good. Not excellent, but believable. Their relationship struggles as he is flung through time at the most unopportunistic moments in their lives, including their wedding. The beginning of this movie is hard to follow as Henry jumps through time. The audience is left wondering when and where he is. But director Robert Schwinski gets better at cluing in the audience in the second half of the movie. The first half is good, but the story gets much more interesting in the second half.
This is true.
It will grab your attention and not let go. And here's a good tip for girls. And I guess guys too. Have a box of tissue ready. This is one of those chick flicks. The movie runs 107 minutes and is rated PG-13 for thematic elements, brief disturbing images, and both Bana and McAdams' butts.
Ooh.
What I like about the DVD is there are no special features to waste your time on. Guys, this is a pretty good date movie when it's her turn to rent the movie. It's interesting and not sappy. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, guys. Sounds like chick flicks are the hit for this weekend. Speaking of chicks, let's see what our 2 news reporters have to say about what's going on in Hollywood. Take it away, girls.
Hey, what's up, guys? Be nice.
And be sauce.
We're here for your entertainment and movie news report. The young Disney Channel star Hilary Duff has recently become engaged to her 2-year Edmonton Orioles hockey hottie, Mike Comrie. The two were reported to have been seen in the midst of Comrie popping the question while they were vacationing in Hawaii. There is yet to be news of the special date for the happy hockey couple. In a CNN appearance in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, Tiger Woods gave his first public apology to his wife and fans. 40 hand-picked people were chosen to be present to this event, while reporters and media were located half a mile away where they watched the event on television. Woods admitted that he cheated, what he did was not acceptable, and that he is the only one to blame. After the heartfelt apology, Woods was embraced by his mother, who had attended the event, which his wife, Eileen Nordegren, did not. That's all for this week's entertainment news. Veronica, what's going on in movie news?
You'll be nasty, that was some hot stuff. But last weekend, the movie Valentine's Day earned a record-breaking amount at the box office. Aw. Not. Honestly, you couldn't think of something a little better than taking your date to the movie Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day. Come on, people, get a little more creative. And if you did take them to a movie, don't take them to a crappy Love Actually wannabe. And speaking of wannabes, Disney's Chronicle of Narnia, aka Lord of the Rings for Kids, announced that Bill Nighy, who starred in Love Actually and will also be starring in the next Harry Potter, will replace Eddie Izzard as the voice of the fighting mouse Reepicheep. And really good news now, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon may be reuniting, and they'll be actually co-starring in a film called The Trade, a film that covers the Yankee sex scandal of 2 pitchers who swapped wives in the 1970s. Warner Brothers is looking to make a deal with the hot duo, and the company also reported trying to make a deal with tween heartthrob Zac Efron, whose girlfriend last made headlines, Vanessa Hudgens, with 2 nude picture scandals. I mean, she didn't learn the first time. And that's a glimpse into your fabulous world of Hollywood. See y'all next time. Let's blow popcorn. Peace out.
Great update, girls. Sounds like Hollywood was busy this weekend. So what's your favorite fantasy flick, Kira?
You know, I'm not really a fantasy flick fan, but if I had to choose one, I'd probably say Lord of the Rings.
Sounds good. Well, let's see if Pearl and Dove chose that as one of their top 5 favorite fantasy films too. Last but not least, Pearl and Dove. Take it away, boys.
It's the Pearl Dove Show.
Pearl Dove Show.
Welcome to the Dragons Lair. We've got a great show for you guys today.
We're going to be talking about our deepest, darkest fantasy.
Movies. So gather around, gal pals. Let's get to that top 5 fantasy list. Coming in at number 5, it's The Last Unicorn. It's about the last unicorn on Earth. A movie straight out of the 80s, packed with crazy animation that'll make you feel like you are a part of this fantasy. Basically, 80s plus fantasy equals magical masterpiece. It's The Last Unicorn.
Wow, Will, I'm already fantasizing about that movie. Coming in at number 4 is the most emotional fantasy you will ever experience, Dragonheart. 1,000 years ago, there lived a man of legend and a creature of honor. This man was Dennis Quaid, and that winged creature was Sean Connery. Dennis Quaid is the best dragon killer in all the land. He runs into his final foe, and unlikely friendship begins between Sean Connery and Dennis Quaid, and together they must rescue the land from tyranny. Well, the question is, do they have the heart? Dragon heart.
It sounds like it's got a lot of heart.
It does.
At number 3, an enchanting tale of a young boy's fantasies called The Never-Ending Story. Deep within the land of Fantasia, a darkness is growing. A whole world is being devoured by a dark magic. So it's up to a boy warrior named Atreyu and his trusty luck dragon named Falcor to travel across Fantasia in search for answers. However, they are not alone, for the whole tale takes place within the mind of a child, and he alone holds the key to Fantasia's survival. This is one fantasy you will want to last forever.
For our number 2 pick, it's not a kissing story, it's The Princess Bride. And it's unlike any fairy tale you have ever seen or heard or experienced.
That sounds
This
awesome.
is just like it is awesome. You know, this is just like a funny, like fantasy and fairy tale and giant rats and, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. If you haven't had this fantasy, then you are not a true fantasy fan. So go out and rent this funny fantasy.
And for the grand finale, the most epic true story ever to take place in Middle-earth. That's right, it's the Lord of the Rings trilogy, a fantasy so great they couldn't even fit it into one movie. Words cannot describe this fantasy if you or any of your loved ones have not seen this movie. I don't know what you have been doing with your life. Not a lot, that's for sure.
That is for sure, Will. Will, it was a lot of fun sharing fantasies with you.
It was a lot of fun sharing fantasies with you too. Well, I guess it's time for us to hit that old dusty trail. Back to you, ladies.
That's the latest we have for you this week. Come back next week for our preview and cop out.
Stay tuned to Cable 8, Channel 8, every Monday for new episodes here on Always on the Movie.